Good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. I'm glad you're here. So today I'm going to show you how I do this other kind of fun flippy pocket. And I have a bunch of supplies out. I'm going to talk about them in a minute. Let me show you first what it looks like in a journal. So I did a flip through of this journal and I realized I didn't have any of these little pockets that I really like using. So this is the outside and then opens like this. So really it's a big book page with like a little extra pocket. So I like these friends because you can glue them onto some of your shorter pages. There's lots of different ways that you can attach them into your journals. This one I cut the edge off with a little bit of a fancy scissors after I put it in because I wanted it for you to be able to tell that there was something going on here. So, and then I just have like a little piece of paper tucked into this little pocket. So that's what I'm going to show you how to make. And this one isn't very decorated, but I did kind of decorate a couple just to kind of give you some examples. So that's what it looks like in a journal, just to show you. So let me set that off to the side. And then here are a couple other ones that I finished. So this one showing you what you can do with some brighter colors. And I put a little page tab on this one. And then the pocket on this side. And then that's the back. And then this one in kind of a really neutral, I just inked it a little, but woo, pop of color on the inside, using up some scraps and a little cluster just to decorate it. And this one I did some stenciling on, so I just kept it kind of neutral, didn't do much with the black and white that was on here, and then made like a little writing spot on that side, and then of course the pockets over here. So these can be attached into your journal in just about any way that you can think of. So I'm going to show you how to make these, and then hopefully I'll have a little bit of time to put one in a journal. Maybe two, we'll see. Anyway, so here's what I made: a bunch of bases and then using up scraps and things from my bin. This is just some paper that I had jelly plated on. So when I am making my stuff, because I make quite a few journals, I like to have a bunch of kind of what I call bases. So they haven't really been decorated yet. So that way I can make them to go with whatever journal I'm going to. So you can see I have quite a few of them here, and I use varying types of pages because that was really fun. So I'm going to set these off to the side. And then what do you need? So you need some kind of paper. You don't have to use book page. You can just use scrapbook paper or whatever you got. But I have lots of book pages because that's what I have. And I like the really big images. My personal preference, you don't have to do this. I also like things that are two-sided. So if it has really bright pop of color on one side, really fun if it's black and white or something on the inside. It really just depends on what you have for books, but you can use anything. And then this is a bunch of different types of interiors in this big coffee table book that I've had for a really long time. And it's nice, thick, matte pages. They take ink really well. So I just grabbed a couple of things to show you how to do these. Now, next, look at your image and decide which you want to be on the inside and which you want to be on the outside. And realize that part of it, excuse me, part of it is going to be attached into your journal someplace. So if you're making it for a specific page, that might be a little bit easier because you know where it's going to go. But since I make these ahead of time, I try and make them kind of flexible on how they can go, or just I'm not bothered by the fact that they might not be perfect. So one thing you can do is fold them. Just take a regular, so this is, how big is this? This is probably, it's like 8 3/4 wide by 11 inches tall. So we're definitely gonna have to cut it down. You can make them whatever size you want, but I tend to like that kind of around, I think it's like 6 inches or something like that. So what I will do is generally just fold these in half, like so. And I'm going to do this with all these. I want the flowers on the outside for this one as well. Because I kind of had laid these how I wanted them to be. And so I fold them in half. And that kind of gives me an idea here what part of the image that I want to look at. Same with this. So this one's wider. And so sometimes with these guys, I'll think, do I want to take the border down? Do I want to leave the border? Or I will line up the image, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try and line up the corners of the image here and make that as straight as possible. So I'm just using my light to kind of line that up. So, but you do whatever you want to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just have fun with it. Find something interesting that you like, or something plain. It doesn't matter. So next, we need to cut these. So I'm just going to grab this little friend. So like I said, these are, kind of depends. This one is 6 inches tall. They can be a little taller. They can be a little shorter, whatever you want to do. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to take, let's do one of the smaller ones first. I like the gazebo part up here, but let's see. Like I said, you don't have to measure these, guys. So that is a little bit longer than 6 inches. I want to get a few of these roses down here, but I like this part. So this one's going to be a little titch taller. And then you just cut that off. And then this side, pretty trellis. Then inside, just funny little snails. Okay. So same thing with this friend. It doesn't really matter too overly much. There's 6 inches. I think I want to do like 6.5-ish, about like that. So there's that friend. And then this one is really big. We might be able to get 2 out of it. So let's see. So 6 inches, because this one is really big. Let's go a little bit more that side. Okay, so we actually got 4 of them out of those pages. So that's what we got so far. Now this one has this really big edge on it. So this could be a fun thing if we folded this back, and that could be how it goes on our journal or in our journal. So then it could be like another little Flippy or something like that. Just playing with stuff. That's not very straight. It's got a straight line. I want it to be on that line, not partial. Better? Not exactly. Biscuits. You can always cut them down too. I'm going to fold it a little more. Seeing it doesn't want to behave itself. Okay. All right, so then basically you just have a folded piece of paper, right? No big deal. Now you need something to put a pocket in if you want to do a pocket. And when I put pockets in these, there's a couple of things I look at. So in my journals, I like to have lots of writing space. So this could offer a ton of writing material here. So I might not do much here, and I might put the pocket on this side. Although this little slug friend is fun. The snail is fun. It's kind of cute. And I do like leaving little snippets of information in the books too. My dad always thinks it's fun. He's just like, I like reading your journals. So we need to find some things for pockets. And I have a few that are left over. I don't know if they will match very well because they're very bright. One of them will go in this friend, I think. Will look really nice. So I think we will put maybe, oh, I like this one with the circles. Yeah, that's going to go there. So we have one for there. And doesn't really, those don't go. Maybe we'll put those 2 with that, but then I'll show you how to do your next little pocket. So inside this friend, something a little bit more plain. How about some text? Or a different, let me see. I'm looking at my leftovers from other things. Maybe this blue one just for something different. Or let's see. scraps, scraps, scraps. Oh, I have this perfect. So this is what I end up doing quite often. I will look at my scrap bin first instead of cutting fresh stuff. So this I think will be nice in here, either side. All right, so when you make your pocket, what I end up doing, because I'm doing like an assembly line style where I'm making a bunch of these, I'll kind of measure roughly. So we don't want to go bigger than 4 inches, but we are going to fold the edges under. So we could do like 4 by like 3 for the pocket. And then what we're going to do is we're going to fold the edges in. Now, this is perfect size. It's a little big. We're going to have plenty of space. So I'm just going to go ahead and eyeball this and fold in the edges as straight as possible to make kind of a little gusset on this guy. Now, when I'm doing a bunch of these, I will actually use my folding board because I will cut my pieces all the same size. And then I'll use my scoring board to just go through and score everything. Now, take out the bulk. So you have your crease from where you folded it both ways. And I cut on the corner and I cut on the corner, just like that. So you can see I have already done that on these guys. So these are all done already. So basically take a piece, and you don't have to do this. You could just use a regular piece of paper and just glue it in, whatever, or if you have other little pre-made pockets, but that'll be perfect. You could put a pocket on the front, you could put a pocket on the inside, you can put pockets wherever you want. It does not matter. But we're gonna put this here. And then next, see, that covers that little snail friend. So I'm gonna put it on this side because I'm gonna leave the snail sticking out because I think it's cute. Now, I like to do thumb holes in these. So you can cut it, you can nip it. I have a circle punch, and I just eyeball it like so. That wasn't exact, but it's fine. Now you could ink this first if you wanted to, doesn't matter. I tend to just do it afterward if I make a bunch of these, but kind of up to you to decide what you want to do with it. So I'm just gonna glue these in on all of these friends really quick. So this is a really simple way to add a little fun pocket that you could add some extra journaling space to. I'm gonna sneak this way in the corner right here so I don't cover up our cute little snail. Because then how fun would that be if somebody decided to do doodles on this, make like a flower or a little scene? You could do some kind of fun thing with that. Okay, so that one essentially done, at least until it finds its home in a journal where it will probably get some more decoration, some more color added. Just kind of depends on the types of journals that I'm making, on how much decoration I add to them. If it's one of my more plain journals that's really meant for someone else to decorate it to their heart's content, then I don't actually decorate a lot. I just put in a lot of basically my bases, and then maybe I'll add a couple of fun things that go with the theme. But those types of journals that I make are really designed for whoever gets them to use their creativity to decorate as much as possible. All right, so this one is going to be really, and you can put the pockets in sideways too, or you could do just a tuck spot, things like that. This one, I need a smaller pocket. Do I want it on this side? Do I want it on this side? I'm gonna put it on this side. So there's my fold line there. So I'm gonna put it on this side. This is quite wide. I'm going to cut it down just a little. If I cut it there, will I have space? Yes. Let's do I have fancy scissors out? No, I don't. So we're just gonna cut it. You know what? Let's tear it. Let's just tear it. So I'm gonna go right and give it just a little border on this side, but it is awful big. It won't fit into a journal very well. So I'm just gonna give that a little tear. If you hear somebody bipping and bopping around, it's my bunny. He is out again today. He's doing zoomy laps, being silly. So there we go. Little zoomy laps. So this right in there. All right, and then let's put this big friend. This one's really wide. I don't care. It's fine. It'll find its life in a journal someplace because not all my journals are the same size. So there'll be a wider one that I'll be like, oh, perfect. This is perfect for here. And I alternate which side I put the pockets on. I look at the picture and decide what thing is going to look best where or whatever. So there we go. So that's the base. So piece of book page, plop a pocket in, and now let's put 1 or 2 in a journal someplace and decorate them really quick because that didn't take very long. Let's leave our glue. We're going to need that. Okay, I pulled a journal here. I have 2 journals that I pulled because I was like, oh, we can throw one in here. So this is another round to it. But this one is really bright colors, and let's find a page to put this one because I thought this would go well because this is really nice bright colors in this journal, and I've kind of started it and then it kind of sat and hung out and hasn't had a chance to really have much else happen yet. So let's find a fun place to put this guy in. Lots of really pretty fun papers in here. I haven't even opened this to look at it for quite some time, so I don't even know what's in here. It is very pretty. It's got lots of different colors. There's got to be a page in here that this would lend itself to really well. Let's see. It's a very blank style journal. Maybe there could be nice. That could be fun. What do we have on the back? Because we're going to have the back is going to get glued on here. Or it's going to get glued on. So that could be interesting and fun. Okay, so that's an option there. That's another option. Plain blue. This is a very plain journal. Doesn't have it's got a lot of writing space in it already. But let's see, maybe there's something toward the back. Oh, I could do a Flippy, a double flip. So this could be fun like this. So then this opens and then this would open this way. That could be fun. We could have it on the inside here. That could be pretty. Oh, I kind of like that. So you open it that way and then we open it this way. Let's do it. And then let's also, when we glue this in, let's turn this into a pocket. So we're going to turn our page into this pocket as well. I think that is nice. Let's go ahead and do it. So now which side do we want it to be a pocket on? Just a pocket on top, I think. So let's put a thumb hole up here quick. So this is what I mean about how you just kind of look at them once you have the base and you can make some decisions as to what you want to do differently. This would look cute sewn in here too if I sewed that around. I'm not going to, because when it's funny out, I am not getting the sewing machine out because I have to put the cord down, and when he's out, that is not going to happen. We're not doing that. But because that has a Flippy, I'm just going to make this a nice big fun pocket here. So I'm just gluing it on 3 sides. Make sure it's kind of centered. But since we have that tag, or it's the tab, where's my center? There it is. That's fine. All right. I kind of lined it up at the bottom. Oh, the bottom. And then it wiggled. It's fine. Okay. So that is in there. Nice, bright, fun colors. So that is just glued in there. And then, ta-da, we added 2 little pocket spots and like a little fun Flippy. So that's all that you would need to do. And that one is done. Okay, so then that closes like that. So I'm going to show you one more and we're going to decorate too. So this is another round to it that I'll be getting to at some point. But as I go and make stuff, I'm going to try and show you how to put things in, and I'm going to do it by using my other journal. So I have a few little items here that I grabbed. This is like a succulent journal that I've been working on. You guys have probably seen this off and on when I have been showing you things. I need a blank. So let's see if we can find one that will go with this. So this is succulents. So these, I don't think any of these plant ones that I made are specifically succulents, but I'm gonna check because there might be one. This is in the right colors though. This kind of purples and stone. Woo, that's bright. Okay. Good job, me. I know I did some very bright pockets because once again, I was using scraps. That's not terrible though. And these, this is talking about gravel, and this, okay, so that's an option. Let's see what else we have. I do like this fun friend as well, although one of these I was going to put in my friend's journal I'm making for him. It's that one. This black and white one is nice. What's on the inside? Very bright. So you can see, and this was from a calendar. This is from an art book by a sculpture artist that does installations. And then this is some more of that interior design one. Now one of these was the one I thought I pulled. Maybe I pulled it already. I think I did actually pull it for him. Okay, so let's see. This is pretty. That turned out really nice. This is in our colors here. I should have thought about this beforehand. This is in our colors. Not really succulents though. So let's see. I don't think any of these are more succulent type plants. At least they're plants. Oh, this one is pretty with the lilies. That's gonna go in. Let's put this one with the stuff to put with our the botanical field journal. That'll look nice. This is nice though. I like that with the greenery. Let's use this one. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. I wonder what's on the inside. Is it going to be crazy and bright? Probably. Green. We can work with that. All right. So we have found our choice, our option, and I'm going to have it open this way, that orientation. So you can put them in whichever direction you want. So let's find a page that we can put this fun friend on. See, I've already been adding some stuff as I've shown how to do some different pockets and things like that. Oh, on this, that could be fun. That could be fun. I kind of like that. I dig it. Okay, let's put it here. But you know what we're gonna do first? We're gonna round the edges, because that's another fun thing that you can do with these guys that can make a big difference. So that's what we're gonna do first. So I like it here on this pocket, so let's do it. So rounding my corners, I'm gonna do it all the way around. And then I'm gonna show you how you can change whatever it is you have, like when you make these bases like I do, to turn them into something that's a little bit more for whatever journal you're working on. So this is great. I love this. Now, is this friend? I grabbed something to tuck in the pocket too. Will it fit? Oh, perfect. Yay. Okay, so cool. We have a fun thing to put in the pocket. So we have a thing to put in the pocket. And we have this ready to go. Do we want to ink the edges? The answer is yes. Let's ink the edges really quick. At least on the inside. The outside I think is fine. That side we're not going to see at all. except the little peek out on this side, and then we're going to make this into a pocket on that side. So let's ink this really quick. Let me grab something to ink on. And we could do purple, we could do a tealy blue or a green. What have we got? I kind of want to do a purple. Purple, purple, purple. Okay, let's do this one. Wilted Violet, and we're just going to ink around the edges here. I think I'll use this one. I think this is the one I use for my purples. All right. So I'm just going to do a quick inking on here. I'm going to go all the way around. Woo. Hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you're enjoying this fun little journal tutorial. That's what we're doing. Just kind of a quick, fun little pockety goodness. I'm going up the center too, because then I'm hitting the edge of the pocket at the same time. You could put some stencils down. You could stamp on these. I'm just starting with this because I have an idea for a little bit more decoration on this. And then inside the pocket. So if you already have pockets in, just tuck a piece of paper in, like so. And then just hit the top edge, like that. Okay? So you can see it's already transforming into something very, very different than it was before. All right. Now, we are going to go ahead and put it on our page and then finish decorating it inside, I think. Maybe we'll do that. It might be easier not. So let's finish out here. Let's finish it out here. Okay, so I have this little thing. I don't want to cover all of that, but let's see. That's kind of cute. Or we could put it on this side, or we could make a little tab here. That's cute. That's cute. Not the greatest tab. Maybe if we put it on the bottom. No. Let's do it like this. We'll do it on this down here, like so maybe. So maybe this was our choice. Put it over here. We'll cheat it to the side and down a little bit. Okay. Now I want to ink this really quick with a different color. Let's do... Okay, that's kind of cute. So I'm gonna make like a little flip. That's what we're gonna do. So let's do that. now that we got that all finished. And it turned into way more than I anticipated. So I was just like, oh, biscuits. Oh, well. So we're going to turn this into a little pocket on this side, like so. And then it's going right in here. Kind of centered right on there. Hopefully my glue was not too far. Make sure I glued it on the correct side. Okay, so there you go. Another way to use that. So you have a base and you just turn it into something that fits with your journal. And now we have this cute little Flippy here. This is all done. Goes with the theme of this little journal. So you get to see kind of a variety of ways that these pockets could be used. So now this could be another spot to tuck something if you wanted to. So another little pocket spot right there, and then a little tabby flip up. Little fun thing happening. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you found it useful. If not, I hope you found it entertaining. So what did we do? Showed you how to make these. Here's some of our other ones that we made. Bases ready to go. Did I have some other pretty ones? I thought I did. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? Here they are. So that one and that one. And then, of course, the one with the fun statues and stuff on it. So there you go. So what are we calling these? I think I called these folded book page with a pocket. I don't know. Something. I don't know what to call them. They're just a fun, flippy, book page, pockety thing to put in your journal. Enjoy. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, join the silliness, leave me a comment, and art with your heart. You have a great day. Bye.